All right, my name's Chris Roberts. I'm the defense coordinator at Jonathan Alder High School, in linebackers coach. I'm going to go through this inside and front drill I've been picked up. Football coaches, we steal everything. So picked this up from a couple other schools that I was at and really like it. Been taking it with me everywhere I've gone. Got my contact info on here. If you want this slide or talk about it or whatever, feel free to reach out to me. So my big thing is starting with why. So I'm a Simon Sinek fan. Start with why. Why are we doing this? So why inside and in front? It's a great tackling situation, not just special teams, and I'll tell you guys about it, but we do this during special teams typically. But it's not just a special teams drill. This is really good for just open field tackle kind of situations. It helps utilize that practice time a lot more efficiently. This is a drill that you can throw in there while you're doing other stuff. That's why we do it during special teams. And I'll get to that in this last bullet point. It also works on proper tackling technique. So making sure those guys are in a good position for the tackle, keeping that defender inside and in front of you, near foot to near hip, all these little key terms that you'll hear, which are just open field tackle kind of things. And the last thing I really like about this is it gets all the kids involved. So like I said, doing this during special teams time, it's not just kickers and returners and you got kids sitting around. I refer to those as the AYOs, all you others. It's able to get those kids involved. Sometimes, I know O-line likes to steal as much time as possible. Every once in a while, we'll throw them in this because you never know when you kick a field goal and it doesn't even make it to the end zone and they return it for a touchdown. That's happened to me before when I was on the staff. So every once in a while, we'll throw those guys in there. So it's just a great drill to get everybody involved, especially during that special teams time. So really simple, kind of like a vice drill that you've probably seen numerous times. You have a rabbit of some guy with the ball. We just call him a rabbit for whatever reason. Start off with just like two defenders. If you can, use the hashes. If not, use like certain yard lines, like the goal line and the 10 or whatever you want to do. The focus here is keeping that rabbit on your inside and in front of you, near foot to near hip. So if I was the number one defender, I'm going to keep him on my right shoulder the whole time, never let him cross my face. And obviously it's like a defensive tackling drill, so you never want to let that guy behind you. So same thing with number two, because now it's just flipped. He's trying to keep him on his left, keeping him inside and in front. So as that guy moves, what you're going to do is just kind of close down and vice in on that rabbit. So kind of a progression of this. The first time we do it, the rabbit won't move. The guy just stands there. We have the guys get down, break through, and kind of close that distance as they get closer to him, just like any other kind of tackling drill that you might do. The difference is when we start moving that rabbit in that open space look, those 1 and 2, those defenders start working their way towards the rabbit. As he moves, let's say he moves over to one side, now the defenders have to adjust their angle. So if I'm number one, I was attacking him, he was moving where he's going to cross my face. I have to do everything I can to keep him inside in front. So, hey, I got to adjust my angle. If I'm number two and that guy's running away from me, I can open up a little bit, chase him, actually run towards him instead of worrying about closing the distance and kind of gathering a little bit. He's running away from me, I can kind of close that distance a little more aggressively. And then kind of variation of it, once you get two guys good at it, now we just start throwing four guys out there. So kind of changing up the spacing or whatever you want to do. All four guys, same job. 1 and 2 are going to keep that guy inside and in front. Now, once we kind of evolve to this, number one knows, hey, number two's got him a little bit faster, so I can play contain on it. But again, this is when you start getting the kids more advanced in these kind of open field drills. But same thing, if this guy moves and decides to go one way or the other, he starts going the other direction. Hey, as that's happening, number three's got to be very aware. Hey, as soon as he starts moving, I have to adjust and keep him on my left shoulder. He cannot cross my face. 1 and 2, they're going to open up, chase the guy, get a little more aggressive, maybe actually like run at him, sprinting towards him because his back's at him. He's running away from them. Just keeping him inside and in front at all times. I've done a couple other variations, trying to match it to special teams, whether it's kickoff or punt, where maybe I'll have all of the defenders, 1, 2, 3, and 4, turn around so they're not facing the rabbit. Rabbit's already got the ball, and then I say go. That guy starts moving as the defenders turn around, kind of, hey, catching, trying to find and locate the ball carrier, especially punt and kickoff. You're avoiding blocks, avoid somebody. Now you have to find where that returner is. We don't all have amazing college kickers who can put the ball exactly where we tell them. We might want to put it, on the right, top of the numbers on the right side, and he kicks it in the middle because we have high school kickers, and probably the guy that's the best on the team at kicking, not the best kicker. So trying to locate the ball carrier is one of the big things. So sometimes I'll have them turn around, all you'll go, Rabbit will start moving. Another key point of this is that Rabbit's only moving lateral. He's never going to move forward. That way we don't worried about, we can him reducing that space too much. By moving laterally, it allows my defenders to move towards the ball and adjust as they need to. So like I said, some of the variations, just increasing the distance from the Rabbit. So we start off typically in that 10 to 15 range, maybe go all the way out to 20. We're not trying to get the kids killed with conditioning and whatnot. This isn't a conditioning drill, but getting enough space to where they kind of have to figure it out a little bit, maybe even widen the defenders out. So start off on the hashes and now maybe go really wide with them to see how they do, in even more space. The Rabbit's not trying to run full speed laterally, but maybe I'll tell them, my kids get good at it. Hey, increase your speed, Rabbit, go a little bit faster. Usually rotating the Rabbit however you want. Adding defenders, like I showed, there's 2, 4. I've done it all the way up to 6 defenders, 3 on each side. If your team's really good at it, I've messed with this before, but it kind of messed with the kids' heads a little bit. We're going like 2 on one side, 4 on the other, just to kind of mess with it and let them know, like, doesn't matter what numbers you are, it's still the same concept. I kind of already mentioned the turn and go on the defenders. You yell go, Rabbit starts moving laterally. Now the defenders have to turn and find and go after it. And then a random Rabbit, that's a really good one for kickoff and punt. I don't tell them who the Rabbit is. They have to start taking off. And then whoever the Rabbit is, I've already predetermined. I kind of point to him or whatever, and he starts moving. That's the ball carrier. We identified him. Now we have to adjust. Maybe he's supposed to be on my inside and in front, and just because of where the ball was, I'm out of place right now. I have to hurry up and change my direction to get there to make sure he stays on my inside and in front. That's a really good kickoff drill or punt drill, especially kickoff, though, just locating where that ball got kicked to. So a couple different variations of it, but it's a good open field tackle drill. I love doing this during special teams, because during special teams, those AYOs, all you others, the guys that can't kick or catch the ball, they're usually kind of standing around or whatever. Now I got a drill for them. I'll try and do this in the summer, especially getting everybody involved. Like I said, linemen even. So just an easy drill to add in. It takes 4 to 5 minutes of that time. You can easily get it set up. So if you want this presentation, again, there's my contact info. Feel free to reach out. I love talking ball. So I got some other drills like this. If you want them, feel free to reach out and get them.